If a woman tells you all her problems, it's because she sees you in a way that you might not have realized yet. But be careful. This doesn't automatically mean she's interested in you romantically. In fact, this dynamic can be a double-edged sword. Either she sees you as someone special, or you're being cast into a role that might lead you straight to the infamous comfort zone. Want to know how to decode what's really happening, interpret her signals, and turn the situation to your advantage? Stick around until the end, because what you're about to learn here might completely change how you interact with women. When a woman starts pouring out all her problems to you, it's easy to think that it's a big compliment, right? Like, wow, she trusts me, but have you stopped to think about what's really going on? Maybe she sees you as a reliable guy, someone who provides emotional security, or maybe it's just because you're convenient, like an on-demand shoulder to cry on. The truth is, this doesn't always have anything to do with attraction, and misreading the situation could land you straight in the dreaded best friend club. Now, why did she choose you? Maybe you made a good impression by showing empathy, or perhaps she sees something in you that you haven't noticed yet. Women love feeling emotionally secure, but hold up. That doesn't mean she's thinking of you as a partner. Sometimes you're just the nice guy who's always around. So, how about pausing for a moment and asking yourself, does she trust you because she admires you, or because it's convenient? On the flip side, this might be the golden opportunity you haven't noticed yet. If she's sharing parts of her life with you, maybe she wants you to see who she really is, and this could be an invitation to something deeper. But if you don't know how to read the signs, you could unintentionally sign up to be the president of the comfort zone. So, are you picking up on the right signals? Or are you just sitting on the sidelines of her story, unsure how to step into the scene? It all starts with your attitude, my friend. Are you responding in a way that shows you're engaged? Or are you just passively listening, like, thanks for the update, now carry on? How you respond will determine whether she sees you as a confidant or as someone with the potential to be more. And here's the big question. What do you actually want out of this situation? The answer, guess what, starts with you. When she opens her heart to you, the million-dollar question is, what does it mean? Maybe she just needs someone to listen, like an unpaid therapist. But sometimes that venting comes with a hint of, I want to get closer to you. The secret is understanding what's really happening, because knowing how to read these signs can make all the difference. Here's a thought. If she's constantly unloading her problems on you, but never asks how you're doing, it's almost a sure sign you've become the on-call shoulder to cry on. But if she also listens to you, shows interest in your life, and shares her own vulnerabilities, that's a different story. This balance is a powerful indicator. So, take a closer look at the dynamic. Are you her therapist or the guy she wants to have around? Another key point is how you react to her confessions. If you just listen and say, wow, that's tough, she'll probably see you as a neutral, harmless guy. But if you take a more active approach, offer solutions, or even challenge her in a way that makes her think, that's when you start to stand out. Being the guy who inspires and challenges her creates admiration, and admiration is a huge gateway to attraction. Now, here's the main thing. What do you want out of all this? Do you want to be the guy she turns to when her world is falling apart, or the man she looks at with admiration and desire? Understanding the difference between emotional support and attraction isn't just about decoding her signals. It's also about figuring out who you want to be in this dynamic. Once you define that, the game changes. If she's always venting to you, it can be tempting to fall into the habit of just listening and supporting her. But, my friend, that's your ticket straight to the comfort zone, that place where you're her personal therapist, but never the man she desires. She values your presence, but only as a friend. So, how do you avoid this? Easy. Don't let the movie turn into a rom-com where you're just the sidekick. A lot of guys end up in the comfort zone because they try too hard. It's that classic move. Replying to her messages in 0.3 seconds, canceling plans to fix her dramas, and always being available. But in the end, you know what that communicates? That your priority is her, not yourself. Attraction doesn't come from infinite availability. It comes from respect, admiration, and a bit of wow. This guy's different. Another mistake is avoiding any tension or conflict. It seems logical to think that disagreeing or having a strong opinion might push her away, right? But guess what? Women admire authentic men who have their own voice. When you agree with everything and try to be predictable to please her, you become exactly that. Predictable. And predictability, my friend, is the opposite of attraction. The key is to show that you can be understanding while still maintaining your individuality. If you want to stay out or get out of the comfort zone, you need to stand out. Don't just be the good listener, be the guy she admires. Show her you have a rich life with clear interests and boundaries. Remember, just listening doesn't make you the ideal man if you don't make it clear that your presence is a privilege, not a given. The secret? Be the guy she wants to win over, not the one who's just always there. When she comes to you with all her problems, the urge to help with everything can be automatic. But here's the truth. Without clear boundaries, you become her emotional firefighter, always putting out her fires while forgetting to tend to your own house. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's self-respect. And you know what's more attractive than a man who's willing to listen? A man who values his own time. Picture this. She calls you in the middle of work or while you're out with friends, and there you go, dropping everything to answer her. It might seem noble, but what does it really say? That your life always comes second. And here's the danger. She starts to see you as a guarantee, someone who's always there. No effort needed. Setting boundaries is a way of saying, without words, my attention is valuable, and you need to earn it. Defining boundaries is also about balance. You don't have to bluntly say, look, you're overstepping, but you can adjust your actions. If you notice you're investing too much and not getting anything back, rethink the dynamic. Sometimes a simple I can't talk right now, let's catch up later, can make all the difference. Showing that you're not afraid to step back or say no when needed has an impact. She realizes you're not just another option on her list. And here's the best part. Boundaries don't push women away. They attract the right ones, the ones who respect you. Showing that you have a fulfilling life, where she can be included but not take control, is irresistible. So, next time she comes to you with a problem, ask yourself, does this fit within what I'm okay with? Because in the end, you're the one setting the pace of the game. Let's talk about a type of masculinity that truly attracts. Emotional masculinity. It's that balance between strength and vulnerability that makes you stand out. It's not just about being strong, but about being her safe haven without carrying her emotional baggage into your life. When she shares something heavy, she wants to feel that you're stable, mature enough to handle it, and still true to yourself. Being emotionally mature isn't just about listening and giving endless advice. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply be present, showing calm empathy. You don't need to be the fix-it-all guy rushing to save the day in 2 minutes. Some things she just wants to share without you turning it into a mission. Your steadiness in handling situations shows that you're in control of your emotions, and that's magnetic. But hold on, being stable doesn't mean being cold or distant. Showing vulnerability in the right way is also a form of strength. For instance, if she touches on something that affects you, it's okay to share how it resonates with you, as long as it's done securely and authentically. This not only builds a deeper connection, but also makes it clear that you're a confident man who doesn't need to wear a mask. In the end, emotional masculinity is about being the man she can admire and trust. You show empathy without losing your identity, and you're available without being submissive. That's what sets apart the nice guy who's always there from the man she looks at with respect and desire. When you master this balance, not only do you avoid dynamics that put you at a disadvantage, but you also become unique in her eyes. It's not always about what she says. What really matters is how she acts. It's in the subtleties of her behavior that you'll find the answers. The tone of her voice, the way she reacts to your words, and even how often she reaches out to you. Decoding these details is like unfolding a map to understand how she feels about you, and avoiding wasting time on situations that lead nowhere. Here's an example. How does she react to your suggestions? If she listens and considers what you say, or even directly asks for your opinion, that's a clear sign she values you. On the other hand, if she ignores everything and just keeps dumping her problems, you might only be there as a convenient shoulder to lean on. If that's the case, it's time to refocus and decide if it's worth continuing to invest so much. Another key point is reciprocity. Does she ask about you? Show curiosity about your life? Or is the relationship a monologue where you're always the listener? When a woman truly sees you as more than just a confidant, she'll find ways to include you in her life, whether it's planning something together or creating moments that go beyond conversations about her problems. Pay attention. Actions speak louder than words. Here's something else to consider. Does she only reach out to you on bad days, or does she also come to you during happy moments? If you only hear from her when everything's falling apart, you might be her emotional firefighter. And let's be honest, nobody wants to be just that, right? Analyzing these patterns helps you decide whether you're investing your time and energy in the right person. Reading the signs correctly is like playing with all the cards on the table, and that puts the game in your favor. If she trusts you enough to share her problems, congratulations, you've already got one foot in the door. But trust alone isn't enough to create a real connection or spark attraction. To do that, you need to go beyond just listening like a robot and use these moments as opportunities to build something meaningful. The formula here is simple. Be intentional and use every interaction to show that you're more than just the nice guy who listens. First, turn venting sessions into impactful conversations. If she talks about something difficult, don't just respond with, "Wow, that's tough." Show her you understand what she's feeling, but also connect it to something from your own life. For example, if she's frustrated with work, share how you dealt with a similar challenge. This creates that "wow, he really gets me" feeling while showing you're a man with experiences and perspectives. Next, balance serious talks with lightness. If everything revolves around her problems, the interaction becomes heavy, and heaviness isn't attractive. Bring humor into the mix, suggest something fun, or even invite her out to change the setting. A walk, a coffee, anything that shows you're more than just her advisor. After all, no one wants to spend all their time discussing problems. She needs to see that being with you is enjoyable. Most importantly, be genuine and show your authenticity. It's not just about understanding her problems, but also about letting her see who you really are. Share your opinions, interests, and even your vulnerabilities, if appropriate. When you're a man who combines depth with authenticity, she'll start to admire you, not just trust you. And that's when the magic happens. If she comes to you with her problems, you've got a golden opportunity in your hands to decide the role you want to play. You can be the on-call confidant she turns to on bad days, or you can be the man she respects, admires, and wants by her side. But the truth is, that depends on you, on how you position yourself, and what you bring to the interaction. If you want more, don't accept any label she tries to assign you. Be intentional in showing that you're not just the good listener. Show her who you are, a man with purpose, values, and a life worth sharing. That doesn't mean ignoring her venting, but using that openness as a foundation to build something deeper. Be the guy who adds value, but who also demands respect and reciprocity. And watch out for the trap of always being available. If you drop everything to solve her problems, you're sending the message that your life revolves around hers. And let's be honest, that's not attractive. Women admire men who can be empathetic, but who also know how to set boundaries. When you show that you value your time and energy, she starts to value them too. Finally, ask yourself, what do I want from this situation? Be clear about your intentions and let your actions reflect them. Take control and act with confidence and authenticity. When you position yourself as someone she admires and desires, rather than just someone she needs, the game changes. You're not just another piece in her puzzle. You're the man she doesn't want to lose. Have you ever caught yourself imagining what it would be like to have the full attention of that seemingly unattainable woman? What if there were a simple yet powerful way to turn that fantasy into reality without having to change who you are or pretend to be someone you're not? The obsession method isn't just another empty promise. It's a method tested and approved by thousands of men who, like you, have felt the bitter sting of rejection. With techniques based on cutting-edge psychological studies, this method will make her feel such a strong and genuine connection that she won't want to be anywhere else but with you. Now, think about it. Would you rather keep watching that woman in someone else's arms, or do you want to be the man she chooses, the one she dreams about, the one she can't stop thinking about? With the obsession method, you have the secret to unlocking the deep, uncontrollable desire that all women carry. All you have to do is take the first step and try it out. Click the link in the comments below and watch the video. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and make sure to check out the next video playing on your screen.